that loss from the weekend. But I think you're right. The outlook overall, I think there's a lot of positives.
I would just say optimism overall is how the program should feel, how Coach Judkins should feel. Because not saying that his seat was hot, but anytime you have a 7-win season, there's a lot of people saying, what are we doing here?
Tara, one word?
I'm with the optimism. I think what they did this year was great. Got a lot of community support, a lot of people coming out to watch games and build on it. And
I was spring break with the family.
Yeah.
So I didn't get in the arena. On TV, I watched the games.
And that was
it looked like there was like
It was
1,500 people max in the Orleans. It did not look that well attended.
that was pretty pathetic that more people didn't show up for that.
It was pretty bad attendance-wise for the WAC tournament this year. Not having a Grand Canyon or a big brand name in that tournament, I think, hurts.
Well, Utah Tech, unfortunately, just doesn't travel that well. You got your good 300-400 fans that are loyal that travel, but beyond that,
it was brutal though.
Spring break weekend.
I really thought, as far as the community support, it's been really good at the Burns all year. This is an hour-and-a-half drive. There should have been more people there for Utah Tech. There really should have been.
It's been like that since the history of the WAC tournament in Las Vegas.
I know, but they've never had a chance to win it before. This year they had a legitimate shot. They were a 3 seed. Like, there should have been way more support for Utah Tech. If you were a Utah Tech fan and you're not there.
You know what people support in this town? Their spring break trips. I saw so many people in Hawaii, California.
Vegas is a pretty good spring break destination.
And trust me, I tried that with the missus. That was on the radar.
Okay, it didn't
we could just go to Tahiti Village for the week. You know,
went
I tried
over like
that.
a wet blanket.
Yeah. Yeah. We're off and running from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Put a bow on the season for the Utah Tech. It's been fun covering the football team all year, basketball team all year.
Yes.
And obviously we enjoy the relationship and the partnership as the hometown affiliate of Utah Tech men's basketball. But for Coach Judkins and the team, the season comes to a close last Friday night at the hands of Cal Baptist, who we saw get into the tournament. Is a 14 seed, and they will play Kansas in the first round, representing the WAC. And how about for UVU? They don't pay they put the money in the escrow. They think they're going to be going to the NCAA tournament.
No, we'll get into that.
Let's talk about
video
that.
on that. We got everything. That was brutal.
Oh, let's get into that when we come back. We'll do it inside a Big Deal, No Big Deal every Monday, but only on a Monday when we return. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive, and we are live on a Monday fun day.
Yeah.
Post-spring break. Post-selection Sunday. And so we have a very special edition of Big Deal, No Big Deal. We do it only on a Monday.
Yeah.
I can't recall. The only time we ever do it on a Tuesday is if we have like a holiday on a Monday.
That's right.
President's Day.
So really, it isn't only on a Monday.
It's usually only on a Monday.
Usually
Except
only
for
on a Monday. Yeah.
Every once in a while, we push it to a Tuesday if we don't have a show on a Monday.
That's
But
right.
it feels like a Monday anyway.
All right.
Show today brought to you by Prime IV. You can get the Lucky Leprechaun add-on at Prime IV. Go check it out. PrimeIVSTG.com. You know what I got to go to get at Prime IV?
What's that?
They have some stuff that you can put in their super powerful drips that help with allergies.
Nah.
There
And
you
I
go.
am
And now we're
going to
talking.
go to Prime IV. Can you not hear the allergies in my
Yes,
voice?
I
I
hear
am
them.
going to Prime IV this afternoon.
All right.
Yes.
Get over there.
Let's go. PrimeIVSTG.com. I did go in for the allergy shot last year. They added to your
Yeah.
drip, and it helped dramatically. And after the Strawberry Farm, Brentwood Country Club, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I am in dire need of that again. So I am going to head on over there this afternoon if they can sneak me in. If not, I'll get in there tomorrow. So let's get to it. Here we go.
All right. Got the questions. We're dialed in. Let's get it started here. As Utah State, this is probably the biggest travesty in the state of Utah right now. Won 73-62 in the Mountain West Tournament Championship over San Diego State to add on to their Mountain West regular season title. But they somehow end up with a 9 seed in the West, matchup with Villanova and Kevin Willard, the former Maryland coach. And their second round opponent waiting for them is Arizona. Big deal, no big deal. The draw for Utah State.
Big deal. This is a big deal. This is the Mountain West champs. I know they stumbled a little bit down the stretch. They lost some road games to San Diego State, at Nevada. I know they limped in a little bit to that conference tournament, but they turned it back on in Vegas at the Mountain West Conference tournament and just ran past everybody.
Yeah.
And had to go through UNLV at the
Beat 'em by
Thomas and
20.
Mack, beat them by 20. Had to go through San Diego State.
Beat them by 13
No
or
problem.
11 or whatever.
And look, like I love San Diego. I know that that's some really good weather this time of year. I was just in Newport Beach, and so it's not that much further south. Like I'm not upset that the Aggies have to go to sunny San Diego, but I am upset that they were given a 9 seed and a first round matchup with the 8-seeded Villanova team. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they got some good talent.
I mean, this is crazy. San Diego State is also down there in this quadrant, playing in San Diego. They don't have to go too far. I just think the committee misseeded Utah State. I think this is a 100% big deal. I don't know what metrics the committee was looking at. Utah State top 30 in offense, top 50 in defense. To me, that's a 6 or a 7 seed. I would have really hoped to see the Mountain West regular season and conference champs get at least a 7 seed, at least one more line.
Yeah.
I don't think that's asking for too much. 2, okay, debatable. 1 for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Utah State was 26 in the net. Their strength of schedule was 87. They had 13 wins on the road. They were 6-0 undefeated on neutral courts. They were 4-4 against quad 1 teams.
Yeah, everything's there. It's a massive deal, not only for the seeding in this year, but all the smoke around Calhoun. And I know he just signed a long-term deal to stay in Logan, but now if you win the regular season and the tournament and your ceiling is a 9 seed, if I'm the head coach, I'm thinking about getting out of there because this is the best you can do. as the regular season champ and the tournament champ combo. I mean, I think it should have been a 7. They should have been in the 7-10 game. I mean, they were 2 lines they missed here in my mind. So I think it has major ramifications. I think that Calhoun could be like the rest of them, say there's not much more I can do in Logan. If I go, the only other way
Hey, you could get that statue though, buddy.
he could. If he stays there long enough.
The hero of Logan.
He could be the hero of Logan if he stays forever, but I doubt he stays forever now because
Oh, wow, you really changed your tune.
I said he could have gotten a statue if he stayed, but I don't think he's going to stay.
You said he was going to stay. There's no way he was going to leave.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Here's the thing.
Oh, I'll bring it up.
NCAA tournaments are hard to get to. They're hard to get to.
Yeah.
And a lot of good teams get left home. And this is a memory. This is a special thing, and they still got a chip in the chair. So while I'm doom and glooming that I think they're misseeded, they still got an opportunity. I don't like having to play Villanova, who lost to Georgetown in the semifinals of their conference tournament, and I certainly don't like playing Arizona, who I think is if you're crazy if you don't have Arizona in your Final Four bracket. Whether you have them winning the national championship or not. Yeah. You've got some justifiable other teams you could argue right now. But Arizona looked really good going through Houston and winning the Big 12.
Yeah.
They looked really good all year, taking everybody's shot in the Big 12. And that's just a tough path for Utah State.
Yeah, it's a miserable path. I mean, I think they were that's probably the lowest 9 seed of the 4. You got to go against Arizona. You got to go against Villanova. I think it's a bad draw. And, I mean, I think they can win the Villanova game. I think that's possible. But I think the spread in the Arizona game will be 12 to 14 points.
That's it?
I don't think they'll have much of a chance by the book standard. So
I would think it would be 16.
Okay, yeah, well, it could be. I mean, I think 16 points against a 9 seed, that could happen. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that might be the more closer number, but I would give a little more respect to Utah State, maybe 12 to 14, but you might be right. It could be 16. We'll see. If they win.
Utah State, by the way, their last NCAA tournament win was when they were an 8 seed in 2024.
TCU, right?
They beat TCU 88-72 in Indianapolis,
Yeah,
but that was under Danny Sprinkle.
It was, and great Osabor was on the team, and it was a much different roster, obviously.
Carson Templin was on that roster. Mason Falslev was on that roster in 2024. They're still both with the team, but Drake Allen was, and Jody Barnes,
MJ
Tucker
Collins.
Anderson. I think they were on the roster. I don't think they played. But then they lost to UCLA last year, 72-47 at Rupp Arena.
They got boat raced.
Yeah,
that was a bad loss.
So,
but I think they'll fare better in the first round this year. I don't think Villanova is unbeatable. Villanova will be favored, probably 3.5, 4 maybe, but I think Utah State can win the game. So they can still make something of this March. Tara, what did you think as far as like the seeding and where they were slotted?
I thought they got boned.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're all in agreement there.
I thought that was bad.
All right.
Yeah, because you go get hot in Vegas, you win 3 games, you're dog tired, you spit, and not only did you win, you won convincingly in every single game.
Covered in every game, yep.
You know, neutral court, I mean, it's so hard to win on the road. And if you look at some of those road losses down the stretch for Utah State towards the end of the conference season, maybe had their eye off the ball, had some injuries, Templin had a concussion, missed a couple games. There's some justifiable reasons why Utah State kind of stumbled at the end of the Mountain West regular season.
I'd agree.
Then they get everybody healthy. They dig deep and show everybody they're the best team in the conference.
Yeah.
And then they get a 9 seed for their efforts.
Yeah.
And BYU gets a 6 seed with the first 4 in, like against SC State or Texas.
Yeah, I know. That's a great draw for BYU.
It was.
We'll definitely get into that on a few questions down. But let's go to the next one here. Denny Hamlin captures the Pennzoil 400 title in Vegas, but show guests Chris Boucher, Ryan Preece, and Zane Smith all finished in the top 15. So it was a good day for our guests, and big deal, no big deal. Denny Hamlin, another win in Vegas.
44 years old, and Denny, I was listening to him right there as he was, done spinning Brodies and celebrating. He's talking about, I work so hard at staying relevant. I work so hard to keep my mind and my body sharp to compete with these younger drivers. And, the last couple of weeks, He said he's regained his love. He's refocused. One of the PRN reporters, I was listening on the PRN radio race while I was at the track. And when they were about to go green flag to start this race, one of the reporters said, I have bumped in at the hotel to Jordan and Denny Hamlin last night. I'm picking Denny to win this one. There's just a vibe. There's a quiet confidence. She's like, I really think they're going to win. She was spot on. I can't remember who the reporter was.
Called the shot.
She called it. Yeah. People were taking Christopher Bell and people were taking, Kyle Larson and all these other drivers.
He's always hot in Vegas, right?
He also had a pit road speeding penalty.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the fastest. I mean, there was one caution for Zilich spinning out other than the stage cautions. That is it. That race was
clean
in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Over.
There was a lot of racing to stay on the lead lap. There was a lot of racing for position. Clean air just means so much at Nellis with that wind coming out of the north. If you had clean air, you were tough to catch.
Yeah.
And you felt like Chase Elliott maybe was closing the gap, trying to run clean there. He got about 3 car lengths, maybe 4, with a lap to go, but he could never get to the back bumper of Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
So Tyler Reddick still has the Cup Series lead in points over Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney. Reddick faded to 13th in the final run, but it was typical fast, good weather, little wind, and Denny Hamlin showing these young pups he can still drive a race car.
Yeah, absolutely. So overall, good experience for you two.
Yeah, I don't know that I should go. I can go big deal on this though, because I'm not surprised Denny won. So I would lean no big deal Denny winning, because Denny
What
has
about
been
the show guests all in the top 15?
I loved
That
it.
is
It was
a
a big deal
That's
that
a big
Chris came in.
I think we're a good luck charm.
Yeah. Chris came in at 6, and he was running in that 4th line until about the last 30 laps, and then he fell back.
Zane Smith had
he finished right behind Reddick at 14.
Yeah, he was in the top 10 for a minute.
Too,
and then cycled back the last stage. But look, it was great. It was great, a lot of fun, and I thought there was 3 cars that looked faster than everybody else's. Christopher Bell's, Denny Hamlin's, and then for a minute there it was William Byron and Tyler Reddick. Those cars, I thought just from the start of that race, I'm like, one of those guys is probably going to win.
Yeah.
They look so much faster than everybody else. And it was Denny Hamlin at the end of the day, overcoming a speeding penalty to win in Las Vegas.
Beautiful. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. All right, let's go to the next one. BYU makes a nice run in the Big 12 tournament, defeating K-State and WVU and falling just short of defeating Houston. They land a 6th seed, but probably the best 6th seed, with a first 4 matchup as their opponent of either NC State or Texas. Big deal, no big deal. BYU limped in at the end of the season, but won against Texas Tech, then K-State, then West Virginia, and fell to Houston, but still a great run over the last couple weeks for BYU, and they are rewarded with the best 6th seed in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it though? Then looking at that second round matchup,
They got to play another game. The team that plays BYU has to play right before they play them.
Yeah. That's a good draw, but I don't like Gonzaga the next round of 32.
Well, the first round I'm talking is the best first round because
I'll give you that.
They got to go through a
16,
first 4 team, so that team has to play like whatever the night before, 2 nights before.
Yeah, it gets rest versus rust. I don't know. Everybody's tired at this point in the season, but that's an age old argument you could have.
I just don't think NC State's very good. I've seen Texas a few times.
I said 2 weeks ago, you put me on the spot. And you said, how far is BYU going? And I said, round of 32. They'll win 1 game in the tournament.
So you think they lose in the second round of Gonzaga?
That's now that I've seen the bracket, I will not change my stance on that. I just until there's a third scoring option consistently for BYU, I just think Gonzaga has too many
tournament
weapons.
did worlds of good for them. They found secondary scoring. This Diamande, some new additions to the lineup.
But what happened when they played a real Big 12 team in the semis?
Well, they still they hung. They covered.
Houston,
They covered. So that means they were in the fight, going basket for basket for a large portion of that game.
I mean, here's the cool thing for BYU. They get a 6 seed. They're 23-11.
Yeah.
They've now qualified for the tournament in 3 seasons that they've been to the Big 12 conference. You go into the Big 12 and you make the tournament, you belong. You have adapted. You have survived in the best basketball conference in my eyes in the country. And they tied a record with 8 teams getting their ticket punched to the NCAA tournament. That ties a Big 12 record. So this year, no different than years past, 8 teams in the field of 64.
Yeah, I think the league was super good this year. And as far as BYU goes, I mean, they can go only as far as Wright and DeBonza can take them. I know you're looking for a secondary scorer or some more secondary scoring at this point in the season. It's too late. You just got to run your horses. You got 2 thoroughbred horses, and you ride them as much as you can, and you let them win or lose you the game. And you don't want to go down with Kostic shooting 10 shots. You just want to.
I'm actually really excited if they can get NC State or Texas though, because they're going to be in Portland.
Yeah,
BYU fans should travel well.
Yeah,
Gonzaga fans will travel really well
to Portland. Absolutely.
That is going to be maybe one of the best second round NCAA games if it happens. They both got to take care of business in the first round, but that is a very exciting. A lot of people are going to stop at that 3-6 seed and go, who do I have here, Devonza or Graham Ike? I don't know who to take.
I like Ike.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do too. We'll see, though.
I think I've watched a lot of Gonzaga basketball, probably just as much Gonzaga basketball this year as BYU basketball. That's a tremendous second-round matchup, potentially.
And Kiva is going to get probably torn up by Ike if they
my gosh.
We'll see, though. I mean, DeBonz is going to tear up whoever's guarding him on Gonzaga. So, it's going to be a fun game if it happens.
And by the way, last year and 4 seasons in a row, the Big 12 had 7 teams.
Yeah.
So this is the first time in 5 years they've got 8.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of the year where Baylor won the championship over Gonzaga. That year, Kansas, Baylor, TCU, Tech. I mean, so many teams. Tech. I mean, it was just a loaded conference, and it's loaded once again. I think a Big 12 team could win the championship.
It is the 6th consecutive year that a Big 12 conference championship team has received a number 1 seed. Arizona. 1 seed.
Okay.
That's happened 6 years in a row to the Big 12. They're getting the respect from that conference. That's the point.
All right. I like that.
But if you look at that draw and you say, I love the draw for BYU, you're only looking at the play-in scenario. You're not looking at the path beyond that because you got to go through a 3 seed, and then you're going to have to play a better seed than that, most likely in the Sweet 16 if you're fortunate enough to get to that point. And then it only gets tougher as you get to the Elite 8 and Final 4. So I'm not so sure this is as good a draw as you think. But all things considered, the way the season was unraveling, I think this is about as good as BYU could have hoped for.
Okay. Nice. All right. Well, let's go to the next one here. UVU falls in devastating fashion. Isaac Davis misses the dunk to send it to OT.
Do we have that, Tara?
We have that. Yeah. The Lancers represent the WAC and will take on Kansas and Darren Peterson in the first round as the 14 seed.
I was watching this Saturday night. And this game didn't tip off till 10 o'clock
Mountain Time. Yeah. It was quite the late
tip. It was
11:59
tip Eastern time.
Last game on the board.
Last game on the board. After the Big West championship game.
We'll take you to the end of it here. There's 8.6 seconds left setting the scene. 63-61. Cal Baptist has the 2-point lead. UVU with the ball. And then this happens.
For Linhart. A screen from Davis. He rolls, puts it up for Davis. He missed the dunk. CBU says save the last dance for me.
Every time I watch that, it's just impossible to get away from the fact that the coach, Todd Phillips, drew up the best play he could have.
Yeah.
And sometimes the coach can only do so much. You got to make the shot. You got to make that dunk.
It's just a heartbreaker, though, for that guy.
Oh, it's painful.
Isaac Davis, if he just volleyball taps it or alley-oops it off the glass or just all he has to do is just two-hand tap it over the front of the rim there because he's kind of leaning a little bit further away where he jumps, and with the long arms tries to extend to dunk, and he just didn't elevate high enough, and it rattled out.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, kid that grew up in Idaho Falls, Idaho, playing at UVU, chance to send it to overtime, and he boinks the dunk.
No.
That kid needed a welfare check this weekend.
He probably did. And the fact that UVU, when we went to their semifinal game, they were the most attended team by far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The UVU section was far up into the Orleans. I didn't go all the way out to the top of the concourse, but their fans stretched the highest up the lower level. Like their bowl was the most filled of any team that was at the WAC tournament.
Yeah.
So I just felt terrible for their fans. I mean, we were talking to some UVU fans after the second Utah Tech game where they lost to Cal Baptist. One of the UVU fans said that was one of the worst officiated games for Utah Tech that I've ever seen.
Oh, it was bad. There was that horrible flagrant foul on Domingos.
Yes.
We were all just like, we didn't even see a foul at all.
And the joke
let alone
was,
a flagrant one.
it
was insane.
He was just setting a screen, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And like
he didn't elbow him.
No.
He didn't hedge into him.
That's what they said. They said he chicken winged him, but it was just a bad call. And that UVU fan, a neutral observer, was like, "You guys got a bad whistle tonight." And then we were with Coach Amico, and he's like, "You guys are going to get a bad whistle from the WAC coming up in the championship game," because the WAC did not want to see UVU win. I'm glad that they made it so close and had an opportunity to. But there's so much bad blood between the WAC and UVU. I wouldn't doubt. I didn't watch that whole game between Cal Baptist.
I did.
Was the whistle bad for UVU?
Not really.
No.
I thought it was. I mean, there was a couple calls, but nothing out of the ordinary that happens in any basketball game.
Okay.
There was nothing egregious that led me to believe that they were getting homered.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Utah Valley, for their efforts,
they're in the NIT.
They're in the NIT. They'll play Wednesday, I think, at home against George Washington.
G-Dub, yeah.
So that'll be
the Colonials.
6 o'clock on ESPN Plus in the NIT first round. By the way, the SUU women also making the NIT tournament.
Yeah, how about that? Nice. All right, I got one more here, and this one's in the realm of baseball. USA defeats the Dominican Republic in their loaded roster 2-1 on a controversial strike call that went in the USA's favor.
It really was. Yeah. It really wasn't a strike.
No, it wasn't.
Tara's got the
I don't
graphic.
have an actual video. Yeah, it's just kind of.
It was low.
Graphic,
it was a bender, and it dropped out of the zone.
Oh yeah, it's way down there.
Mm-hmm.
And where it crossed the plate, it was certainly low. I watched the whole end of that game last night. From about the 7th inning on, and. You know, I saw the highlights of Skeens early, and I saw them hit the home run off of him, and then I saw him, be great. You know, you saw the 2 home runs. There was 3 home runs that accounted for all 3 runs in that game. USA wins 2-1 over the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
But in that 9th inning, Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners, the center fielder, got aboard on a walk, advanced on a wild pitch. Miller threw one and just stayed way outside and goes off the palm of the catcher's mitt.
And this is a big win.
Gets to third. So the tying run is at third. The winning run is at the plate. And then that low breaking ball would have put runners on the corners with 2 outs for the Dominican Republic, but it was rung up strike 3.
Yeah, I didn't see this game, but just seeing the roster of the Dominican,
they're loaded.
This is a loaded team. Junior Caminero, all-star.
Jr.
Cattell Marte, Vlad Jr., Manny Machado, Carlos Santana, O'Neal Cruz, J-Rod, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis. I mean,
Suarez.
This is a loaded team that we beat. So be it on a controversial strike. You watched this, right?
I did, yeah, because I'm a Padres fan. So a lot of my boys are on the team.
Padres are on that team.
Are on this Dominican team.
On the Dominican, yeah.
And I thought Albert Pujols, who's the manager. Albert Pujols is the manager of the Dominican Republic. He was classy in the session after with media availability. He said, "Look, I don't want to focus on the last pitch, because there's so many plays that in 9 innings that can make or break you." And so I give Albert Pujols a ton of credit. He had stated he wanted to win this more than he wanted to win a World Series. Like for the Dominican Republic, this is a big deal.
Oh yeah,
this is as big, if not bigger, than the Olympics for some of these countries.
Right, it is.
So. Man, Paul Skeens opened up about the World Baseball Classic experience, how he can bring that excitement to Major League Baseball. Like, there's been so many good things that have come from this World Baseball Classic. I hope people are actually watching this.
Okay.
It makes spring training an afterthought right now.
All right, that's all I got.
Big deal, no big deal. USA shutting down the powerful Dominican Republic lineup to reach the World Baseball Classic championship game. The game will be Tuesday night on Fox, not FS1. They'll play the winner of the Venezuela-Italy game on Tuesday night, and that game will be played today.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Love it. Got to get to a timeout. We're back in a flash to the Findlay Hyundai studio. Big deal, no big deal. Brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Get out and play. Spring's here. Weather's going to be in the 90s. You want to go play a beautiful course for a beautiful price? Call for tee times 435-688-1700 or go to coralcanyongolf.com. Yes! We are back. Hey, greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. 7:51 in the AM on a Monday fun day here on the Fan Sports Network inside the Finley Hyundai Studios. Devin Dixon, Paulie Ratliff, Tara Atkin, pushing all the buttons, getting us in and out of the breaks. And we are good to be back, the band back together. We have not been together in over a week. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yep.
We are all back for at least the first couple show days this week, and ready to talk a lot of sports with you. Second hour, winding down hour one. Do want to remind everybody that we are going to be giving you a chance to win $995. That chance is our fan bracket. So it's our bracket.
Yeah.
It's a private group. And you can get into it. We did send a reminder, like if you played in our bracket last year, everybody got an email, I think last week, that you could rejoin the group. We'll get that opened up to everybody. You'll be able to go to our website, opt in, but you're going to want to make sure. I mean, $995 for the champion, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know you can do these perfect brackets and $1 million and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, the odds of winning that are
Those are
slim
insane.
and
Yeah.
none. That's about the same as Paulie leaving Mesquite with a couple dollars in his pocket.
Yeah,
right.
one in a million. What was all that 1 in a million talk?
The odds of winning our bracket challenge at $995, a lot better odds than Paulie coming back with money from Skeet.
Well, yes, I would agree.
Most
with that.
trips.
Most trips, except when you go with me,
Every
buddy.
once in a while, if somebody can drag him away from the table.
That's right.
Make sure he cashes out.
And we get to the car.
Yeah.
Get me home.
Get me out of there.
That's right. That's right. We're super excited about that. We've got some great sponsors, same sponsors that are hooking up with us on the fan bracket. That is full. We will get that posted on the website. We filled that all up last week, so we have 64 of you to list. People were texting me even on Saturday, like, "Is there any slots left? I've been out of town." I'm like,
There
"Sorry,
you go.
sorry, no slots left. We filled it up." 64 listeners attached to every single team, and somebody's going to win a Traeger grill, compliments of Sunrise Tire. Same sponsors, but we're putting up $995 cash for the best bracket. So all you have to do is get in our private group. It's through CBS. I always got to remember. I'll get you the next couple of days. We'll get you all the codes. We'll tell you exactly where to go on the website, all those things, so that you can get in if you want. But make plans on getting in our bracket challenge to win the cash. What would you do with $995? Tara, what would you do with $995?
Something awesome. I don't know. Maybe go to a baseball game. Go
There
to a
you
Padres
go.
game.
She would head out to San Diego.
She didn't even have to pay for
Right?
charging in the Silver
Fly
Surfer.
up to Seattle and go to a Kraken game. Sounds
It's rolled
cool.
into her payments, I thought, according to you.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It's rolled over.
100%. Paying for that one way or the other.
I had to weave that in. I had to weave that
That was dirty, Paul.
Jeez.
It was shrapnel from a
Yeah,
long
you
time
kind of
ago.
wrote me into it because I initially said it, and so you regurgitated it, and then we both look like knuckleheads.
See what I put up with.
Yeah.
Real quickly, I wanted to go take the pulse of the room. One of the hot topics is, should Miami of Ohio gotten in or not to the bracket?
We got about a minute.
I know. Maybe we don't have time for this.
Well, I think they should have gotten in.
Okay.
31-1 teams
Yeah.
can't be left out. Even if they are in a bad conference, I think it's their body of work is too strong. How many teams have 30 wins?
Look,
I think they're the only one.
I love Arizona. I think Arizona 30-2.
30-2.
I
okay.
think.
All right. Well, who has 31 wins?
Duke has 32 wins. Michigan has 31 wins. Duke is 32-2. Michigan is 31-1. Arizona is 32-2.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
Those conference tournaments bumped them up.
Yeah. But look, I mean, Miami of Ohio, 31-1. This is what makes the NCAA tournament great. So let's get into that a little bit more, plus some other topics. But we got to get to a timeout. Hour 2 coming up on the other side. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. Headlines brought to you by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health makes it easy for all the guys out there to look and feel your best. As you're aging, your T levels drop. If you're over 40, 45, 50, and you've never had your testosterone tested, that's where Game Day Men's Health comes in with a free T-test. You need to know what your levels are. More energy, increased libido, hit the job site, hit the weight room. You're going to feel younger and more energized. It'll help you lose weight and feel great, and she won't mind either. It is easy to stop by GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Glad I could get a chuckle out of Tara this morning.
That was me, I thought.
Oh, was that you
No,
that chuckled?
That was me.
I chuckled too.
Oh, she did too.
Okay, I got double chuckles.
Yeah.
Game Day Men's Health. Or you could call. Give them a call. It's always free. The test is free. They've been with us, what, a year plus as a
Yes.
sponsor now, Paulie? I think
feel
it's
like
been
longer.
over a
Yeah,
year.
I feel like longer.
Has it been longer?
I feel like it's been more than a year.
I lose track of time sometimes. But regardless, we love these guys. They're awesome. It's a man cave environment. You literally walk into Game Day Men's Health. Tara probably hasn't been in there. But you walk in there and there's the fridge. There's multiple TVs. Sports is always playing. Lounge area with couches is the waiting room while you watch the game. TVs in each private room, no matter what treatment you're getting. Game Day Men's Health. Reclaim your game. Call or text for your free T-test 435-265-4223. I'll give you that number one more time. You might want to text them right now and say, hey, Devin and the gang, said a free T-test. I'd like to get booked. 435-265-4223.
2 chuckles out of Tara.
Yeah,
You did good
it's a
on that
record.
one.
Tell Tara said she wouldn't mind.
The biggest. Let's check what's trending, shall we? Let's get to it. And it's brought to you again by Game Day Men's Health. The biggest headlines, couple local, national, regional. I think one of the biggest ones we have not gotten into, Paulie, and you brought this up earlier off air, but we have not had time to get into it. And I think it's worth mentioning right now. The NBA expansion vote could bring a team to Las Vegas and back to Seattle. So the NBA is preparing to vote on expansion, which could start as soon as the 28-29 season.
Yeah.
These teams are going to go for $7 to $10 billion each, and Vegas and Seattle are right in the driver's seat to become expansion cities in the NBA.
Yeah, this is really cool. I mean, they've been talking about this for a long time, but the voting set to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Who's going to not vote for Seattle to get back the Sonics?
I know. What's that guy's name again? The traitor? Clay Bennett. Yeah. Somehow I remember that because you've ranted about him multiple times. Liar, traitor, stole your team, stole your childhood memories.
Blame it on the city of Seattle. Pay your own arena for your own arena. You don't have the taxpayers to pay every dollar, Clay Bennett, you stupid ass. I don't like Clay Bennett. I hate Clay Bennett. He left Seattle and took the team to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, man, he's done all right for himself out in Oklahoma
and look,
City.
He had a gripe. Key Arena was a dump.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now with T-Mobile, with MLB coming, the NHL is there, the NFL is there. The NBA is kind of late to the party in Vegas at this point in time.
Yeah.
So, Clay Bennett does not get the Sonics back. It'll be a new ownership group, and good luck in Oklahoma City. I hope you don't win the finals again.
Okay.
Story number 2, Utah Valley, after losing to Cal Baptist in the WAC championship game, has to settle for the NIT bid. Utah Valley are headed to the NIT as a 4 seed. They lost out on that automatic WAC tournament bid. They'll host George Washington in the first round on Wednesday.
And you didn't do it enough justice. They didn't just lose. They lost in absolute heartbreaking fashion. As for anyone who wasn't with us in the first hour, I want to just play back this again. This is 8.6 seconds left. This is why UVU's in the NIT.
Here for Linhart. A screen from Davis. He rolls, puts it up for Davis. He missed the dunk. CBU says save the last dance for me.
First,
I did like that call, though.
Yeah, it was great.
Save the last dance for me. That was cool.
That was awesome.
But that was
last
heartbreaking.
bit of the night because it's the last game of the night. So that's a great little send off.
So Ben Wilson was doing all the games prior to the game that went on ESPN2. I'm not sure who was doing that. I don't think that was Ben Wilson.
I've heard his voice numerous times. Let me look who that was.
But yeah, you think he didn't put a Vegas twist on it? I don't know if he had that, pre-scripted, premeditated, or if that's just what came out natural. But to miss a dunk like that, to have the ball shoot out, to run out the last, 2.5, 3 seconds, couldn't have worked out better for Cal Baptist. And for Utah Valley, I'm sure the WAC brass and the board of trustees were smiling, going, "Oh, good thing Utah Valley didn't win," after they'd put that $1 million in escrow and got a judge to allow them to play in the conference tournament.
We were hearing that, even the fans were asserting, "Hey, the whistle's going to be tough for you tonight."
Nothing they can do about a missed dunk.
Nothing they can do.
Yeah, that wasn't the ref.
They had the grandest of opportunities to win that game, but I'm trying to find the commentary.
Good for
team.
Dominic Daniels, though.
WAC tournament final. Dave Feldman was who that was.
Oh, it was Dave Feldman.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't Ben
Gerard
Wilson.
Haas was his color guy.
So Utah Valley going to the NIT, Cal Baptist representing the WAC. Utah Tech, of course, lost out in the semifinals to Cal Baptist, who eventually one night later punched their ticket. They will play Kansas in the first round.
Yeah,
as
Peterson play the whole game.
14 versus the 3 seed.
I think they got legs in that game.
Kansas doesn't scare me like other Big 12 schools.
Kansas is not the Kansas of old.
Well, they're not like Houston or Arizona or Iowa State in the first round where they can just destroy you. I actually think Cal Baptist probably loses, but I think depending on what the number is, I haven't looked at the number yet. If it's 15-20, I would probably take Cal Baptist with the points.
It's going to be 15-20 for sure. So I would definitely take the points with Cal Baptist.
So the March Madness brackets have been revealed. The Duke Blue Devils, Arizona Wildcats, Michigan Wolverines, and the Florida Gators are all on the one line. Other notables, BYU is the 6th seed. They will have to play the play-in winner of NC State and Texas. on Thursday. If they win that game, most likely they would have to play Gonzaga. Gonzaga, of course, would only play them if they won against Kennesaw State. Gonzaga is the 3 seed. Kennesaw State is the 14 seed. Get familiar with your brackets, because here we go. We got $995 for the best bracket on our website. UConn, they're going to chase another women's national title.
Yeah.
Riding a 50-game win streak, looking for back-to-back. Will you fill out a women's bracket this year, Paul?
Yeah, West Virginia won the Big 12 tournament. I've got a little bit of interest in the women's bracket this year in the women's tournament, so I'll fill one out. I will.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. NASCAR. Tara and I were in Las Vegas at Las Vegas Motor Speedway yesterday.
Yes.
The Pennzoil 400 kind of reshuffled the NASCAR Cup Series standings a little bit after Denny Hamlin, at 44 years young, climbs up in the standings after a nice win down in Sin City, holding off Chase Elliott for the victory.
I like that. You guys can comment more than me. I watched probably the last 40 laps on TV as I was just wanting to be there, kind of fear of missing out a little bit. But,
yeah, well, you should have got out of bed on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, I know.
Don't blame us.
I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming me. There's no one to blame but this guy. But wanted to be there. But, it seemed like a great race. And Denny Hamlin was talking retirement a few years ago. I don't know if people remember that, but he was.
Well, if you remember, I mean, he's under contract with Joe Gibbs Racing, but he is part owners with Michael Jordan in the 23 IX.
So what is 23 IX? What brand? I mean, because Gibbs runs Toyota. That's always been his thing. So JJ
Redick is leading the standings in a Toyota.
In Toyota, yeah.
And he's got Jordan as his title sponsor.
Yeah.
JJ, I always say Tyler Reddick. I always
Guard.
say JJ Reddick.
The Duke Guard.
North Carolina, Michael Jordan would be so mad at me because UNC and Duke don't like each other.
Right?
Reddick, one of the greatest players ever for Duke. So
current Laker coach.
And now the greatest driver for Jordan.
He's like Brad Pitt. His day job is he's the Lakers coach, and then he drives NASCAR like Brad Pitt.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith or whatever that movie is.
Well, no, I was thinking F1.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
That's with Brad Pitt, too. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah. All right, story number 7.
All right.
USA reaches the World Baseball Classic finale after a great win against a loaded Dominican Republic offense yesterday. 2-1 the final score for the red, white, and blue.
Impressive. I'm going to lean on Tara for this. She watched most of that game, and the controversial strike call. Take us through that. I mean, that really won the game for the U.S., right?
Yeah, and that was pretty bad. Like Devin said, you could see the mark, if I can find it. It was low.
It
wasn't
started
a strike,
over the zone, but by the time it broke and crossed the plate, it was a good 6 to 8 inches low.
So a little home cooking for the U.S.
I mean, I can understand. I can understand how it looked like a strike. It was framed up really well. Catcher brought it up in the zone. It's a full count. You want to let the players decide it. It's a tough pitch to take.
That's way below the zone is why people want robotic umpires.
That 5 right there.
They want the robotic umpires that have no rhyme or reason why, a pitch is what it is. They just analytically call ball strike. I think with people, there's human error, of course. That's
Which one are you looking at? You're looking at the red 8.
Yeah, the red 8. Yeah.
No, the 5. Or the red 8,
red 8,
that he's looking at there. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Because that was the strike, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a slow strike.
Right over the middle of the plate the whole way, and then it drops low. It's an understandable call for an umpire on a 3-2 pitch where you got to be thinking about letting the players decide it. And you know what? He didn't swing at it.
No.
Fight it off and get another pitch.
That's right.
And Pujols said it best. Hey, I don't want to dwell on that. And Albert Pujols is the manager of the Dominican Republic team.
Yeah. That's cool, by the way.
I give him a lot of credit for deflecting and saying, I don't want to make it about the last pitch.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you think that umpire, if he had to go back and do it over again, would call ball?
Maybe not. I mean, if he could re-see it, he might, he would probably call ball.
I bet you that's a 50-50 one where half the time it's a strike, half the time it's a ball. It's clearly by the K zone. A ball, and it should have been. Now, it wouldn't have put a run in. It would have put runners on the corners with 2 outs still.
Okay.
But that's the thing, I've been involved in softball a long time, and we always tell them, don't leave it up to the umpires.
Swing.
So, make sure that you're doing your part as players. And like Pujols said, there was a lot that they could have done leading up to that bad call. That's not just what lost them the game.
Right.
So you want to keep it in your players' hands. Don't put it in the umpire's hands ever.
Yep.
So.
I agree with that.
All right. Let's see. Final story here. SUU women headed to the NIT. They have been selected. They're one of 48 teams for the 28th edition of the postseason event and the women's NIT. The quote from T-Bird head coach Tracy Mason, "Hey, we're so excited for the opportunity to play in a postseason tournament. This is a big accomplishment for a well-deserved group.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to the bracket coming out so we can start getting prepared."
Yeah.
19-12. They were 11-7 in the WAC. And they were 13-1 at one point at the AFAC in Cedar City. They're definitely, for the men and women, with some home court advantage this year up in Cedar City. So that's cool for the SUU women. The other headline, heartbreaker yesterday for the Utah Tech baseball team is they get walked off in 10 innings by Santa Clara. And that's 4 straight losses now for the Trailblazers.
Not good.
So the trip out to California did not go well against the Broncos for Coach Fate and the boys. There you go. Your top 8 at 8 headlines brought to you in part by Zag. Protect it better. Get Zag screen protectors that come with a lifetime warranty. If you ever have a problem with your phone, you break your phone, they will fix it for you. You mentioned you heard it right here on the drive on the show. They'll give you $20 off any phone repair. Just mention Paul Ratliff's name. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal at Zag.
That's right. I was just in Zag the other day. Got a case, screen protector, the whole deal. So.
Yeah. Can you explain to me why your phone is sending me iCloud messages since you got a new phone?
That's something that Zag can't help you with.
Yeah, Zag can't help you with the messaging problem I'm going through
Any
right
of our
now.
listeners work on Tech Ridge. Paulie needs you.
I need you. If you
Me
work
and
for
Tara,
Verizon, reach out.
Since he got a new phone, it's not a text message. It's coming from the iCloud.
It is. Coming from my iCloud
He can't
email.
figure it out.
I can't figure it out. But we're going to keep working, and hopefully by the end of the day today.
Yeah, you're going into the cell phone store.
Yeah,
you're not going
going
to figure it out yourself.
No, I can't. I was on tech support for an hour and a half.
how did that go?
Not good.
Not good.
Switched over to 3 different people, and it was a nightmare.
And they still couldn't help you.
No, I got to the supervisor's supervisor, and he wasn't able to help me. So
What?
Wow.
yeah, it was.
What did
brutal.
they say?
That's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, so I was upset.
That's where I want a phone credit of $100.
And the thing, like,
you wasted
right?
my time on a Sunday.
I kept doing like the reset network settings, and it would cut off my Wi-Fi and my service. So I dropped the call. They'd call back. We'd be like, "Is it working yet, sir?" I'm like, no, it's not working yet." And they're like, "All right, let's try another thing." And then it cut all my service off. We did airplane mode once. They cut the call off again.
Oh my gosh!
3 callbacks yesterday on
Well,
Verizon
you didn't have time.
customer
You didn't have time to
support.
go to NASCAR. You had stuff to do.
I probably wouldn't have been able to find you guys even if I got there because I wasn't able to send texts.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we're going to break down the bracket a little bit more when we come back.
Yes.
Toughest part of the bracket, most upsets could happen where. We're going to look at it from top to bottom. What stands out when we come back, gets you ready to fill your bracket out. And, of course, want to remind everybody, we're giving you a chance to win $995 to get into our bracket challenge. We'll send you to the website. We'll get you in our group, and it's a private group, and we'll get you all the code words and everything. If you have any questions on how to access it or you have any problems, you can always hit us up on the text line, 435-990-9950. $995 for the best bracket to our champion in cash. We'll take the break. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is the Fan Sports Network inside the Findlay Hyundai Studios. 0%. They still have 0% this month. Better hurry. Getaway sales event going on now through the end of March, celebrating their anniversary. They've been in their new location over a year now. And Santa Fe, 0%. Hyundai Tucson, 0%. Think about how much money you're going to save not paying any interest. Paulie, do you like paying interest?
No.
Tara, do you like paying interest?
Never.
No. Nobody does. And that's why when these 0% come along, you better go check it out. If you need some wheels, you're looking at a Hyundai, particularly a Santa Fe or a Tucson, you're going to love them. Both big, roomy, fit the whole family. Go check it out on the savings side of the freeway at Findlay Hyundai. All right, bracketology is in the books. All the March Madness is now upon us. The brackets are out. And I'm fired up.
Yes.
My wife says to me last night,
Yes.
will you bring home a printout? I want to fill it out. So she's still
Got 'em right
old-fashioned.
here. Got 'em
She's
right
like
here.
you, Paul. So
Yeah.
Paul printed out these brackets.
Tara printed 'em.
Or Tara printed them.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's something about just handwriting,
Yeah, get your
filling it
hands
out,
on this baby.
turning it in. I know everybody's doing the online thing and the digital, and it scores it for
Yes.
you. But there's something fun about just going through and filling it out yourself.
There's the music. Now we can get going here. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
The top seeds in the bracket. Anything jump out at you? Duke, Arizona, Florida, and Michigan. Even though Michigan
Florida.
loses Sunday, Florida loses Saturday.
Yes. They both
both stay
lost
on the
out
one line.
early. But they had great seasons, so I think that in those two leagues, the Big Ten and the SEC, they were the top teams. So if the Power 4 level, if you're going to put 4 1 seeds in, it's going to come one from the ACC, maybe 1 or 2 from the Power Conference. But this year, it went 1 from the ACC, 1 from the Big 12, 1 from the Big 10, and 1 from the SEC as the 1 seeds. So all 4 Power 4 leagues represented at the 1 line. So I think that'll be interesting for league supremacy. A lot of people talk about that. Teams that get wins in the tournament. Every time your conference wins a game in the tournament, everyone wins. You get money, revenue share. So I would love to see the Big 12 make deep runs all around for our other teams in the Big 12. So, Arizona, 1 line. That Utah State-Villanova matchup from in the second round, that just kills me as a Utah State supporter and want to see them make a run, because I think the farthest they can go is the second round with Arizona looming. And most of the 1 seeds, I think, take care of business against Ohio State or TCU for Duke, Iowa or Clemson for Florida, and Georgia or St. Louis for Michigan. I think the 1 seeds walk to the second weekend.
I agree. I think the 1 seeds, I really think I like Arizona. I haven't filled out my bracket yet, but my inclination is I'm going to have the Cats winning it all. That is my lean right now. I just like their top 8 guys. I like their freshman class with Burries a lot. I like Bradley. I know DeBonza should have probably won Big 12 Player of the Year, lead the nation in scoring.
Should have.
Yeah.
But Bradley's a really good guard.
Best guy on the best team in the leagues. That's how it went this year in the Big 12 voting as well. We saw it in Region 9, and it happens in the Big 12 too. So, Bradley's a great player. Arizona, great team. They've probably got the weakest 2 seed in their region as well. Purdue, I know they just won the Big 10. They've got some nice pieces, but Matt Painter's, other than the year they had Edey, they never really make deep runs. So I feel like Arizona's got a nice path to the Final Four.
Last year, only true mid-majors, 2 won tournament games.
Yes.
And neither got past the second round. So last year was really chalky.
Yes, it was.
So I look at this bracket, and I want some upset early Monday spots where you could see some mid-majors. I'm talking true mid-majors. The teams like Drake and McNeese. Those were the 2 teams that won tournament games last year, even though they never got past the second round.
I like VCU over North Carolina. I think it's a 2.5 point spread.
Caleb Wilson is out.
Wilson's out. Broke his hand, of course. So I like VCU. I think they've been great since the Shaka Smart days. They went to 2 Final Fours during that time. It's a good program. Odom, the former Utah State, now Virginia coached at VCU, had success there. I think that's just a good program. And North Carolina's kind of hurt right now with their best player out. I like VCU in that game. I think it's a 2.5 point spread favoring
They looked pretty good
Carolina.
yesterday.
Yeah, in the A10. They did.
Yep. I think other mid-majors that I like, I think St. Mary's and Santa Clara. Those would you consider those mid-majors out of the West Coast Conference?
Out of the West Coast, yes. Anything non-ACC,
Santa Clara,
SEC, Big
I
10,
watched
or Big 12.
them 4 or 5 times this year. They can play fast, or they can slow it down and play in a half-court set. They can really adjust and be multi-dimensional as far as how they attack the game. I think that makes them a pretty tough out for a mid-major. So I like Santa Clara against Mark Pope in Kentucky. Kentucky has not been bulletproof at all this year.
No.
And so there's another potential upset that I see in the bracket in the first round.
Yeah.
What about Colorado State? They kind of have a little momentum going in out of the Mountain West. Remember, San Diego State made a Final Four out of the Mountain West just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Nick Clifford with Colorado State just a year ago, I believe. He was a great player in Colorado State, had the upset potential. Lost to Maryland in the round of 32 last year. That Derek Queen fadeaway shot, if you remember, at the buzzer, defeated Colorado State. But I think they're a really kind of upset, opportunistic type team. I think they could knock somebody down in the first couple rounds. I think Texas Tech missing Toppin, taking on Akron, the Zips, the champions of the MAC. Don't know a ton about the Zips, but know a ton about Texas Tech. They don't have a ton without Toppin. They don't have that go-to scorer. They don't have that guy they can just dump the ball into and say, go get us a basket. Christian Anderson's a really good guard for him, but I just feel like Texas Tech, of all the 5-12s, I think it's a 7.5 point spread favoring Tech. I think Akron could loom large in that game, maybe pull the upset. That'd be 1-5-12 I'm looking at.
I'm looking at another upset potentially. That's South Florida, the 11 seed against number 6 seeded Louisville.
Yeah.
That could be a great game, and I wouldn't be shocked if the 11 seed South Florida pulled off the mild upset in that game.
Wouldn't be shocked. They defeated the Shockers yesterday in the tournament, or the championship of their conference. I think South Florida, they're a good shooting team, and they press the hell out of you. They're gonna make it really tough for you to bring the ball up just about every possession. I watched a lot of that Wichita game yesterday. They are a good team and playing really well right now.
Other potential upsets.
I thought I saw it earlier. The 7-10 with Miami Mizzou. I think Mizzou could beat Miami. I think that's a 1.5 point spread right now. Miami got absolutely undressed and housed by Virginia in the ACC tournament. They lost by 23 or something like that. I think they've been snuffed out a little bit. Jay Lucas done a really good job in year one, but I think they're kind of fading. Lost their 2 last regular season games and then lost again in the ACC tournament. I like Miami to lose in the 7-10.
Okay. All right, Tara, any upsets that you see that could be... Well, is anybody picked a 12 seed yet?
I did. Akron over Texas Tech.
And Akron, of course, 2 MAC schools getting in.
Yeah.
The Redhawks, Miami.
Yes.
U.
They're in the first 4 against SMU, Miami, Ohio.
Yep.
They'll play... The winner of that game will play your Vols.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So who do you like? Any upsets that you see there or anything popping out?
Other than what you guys have said, I don't know if this will happen, but I would love to see Cal Baptist upset Kansas.
That'd be an interesting
if
game.
Peterson's benching himself and, being his usual
I think the plan for him, they've
load
interviewed him.
management guy.
What did you say the line on that game was? 13.5,
14 and a
14.5. Yeah.
A little lower than people might think because Cal Baptist has 3 7-footers.
Yeah.
And they have Dominic Daniels.
Yep.
They can run some size at you. And like
They've got
Flory.
Hill and who's the other?
Griman 6'11".
Yeah.
Hingle or whatever. The Hin is the 7-footer.
Yeah.
The big.
They've got what's his name? Not Dontrell. Oh my gosh.
There's that Hill
Martell Williams.
Was it Webster?
Marquez Williams.
Williams. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player too. So it's not just a one-man show. It's not just
Thinking the old talk show host, Martell.
Yeah, I know.
Monty Williams.
Oh, Monty, yeah. He used to have that daytime talk show. Yeah.
Yeah. The other upset that I would like to think could happen, because I did watch them in the semis and in the finals, and I was very impressed with how they were coached and how they played in Boise, and that's the Idaho Vandals. I just worry.
Yeah, I don't know, against Houston,
I just worry. I think that the Houston defense will give them a whole nother level of problems compared to other Big Sky
Yeah.
teams. Although I really like the makeup of this Idaho Vandal team.
Yeah.
I just think that's a little bit too much to expect them to win, but I think they can. Houston does. If Emmanuel Sharp is not hitting threes and Flemings is not scoring and getting mid-range jumpers, this team can go through some serious scoring droughts. And so Idaho can make that a little bit more interesting than people might think at a glance. And I know it's probably a big number here with Houston favored, but that's one potential upset where I'm not picking it, but I have an invested interest, and I'll be interested to see how close Idaho can stay to Houston.
Yeah.
The other one that I will call for the upset is, I think I like what you did. I actually like the Cal Baptist pick probably a little bit more than this one, so I'm probably going to agree with Tara on that one.
Look at that.
But the other one that intrigues me is Isaac Finlinson, Isaac Johnson, and Hawaii.
Ooh, not against the Hogs.
But they're playing Arkansas, and I really like Arkansas.
Yeah,
they
got too much
score
talent.
so easily. I think that's a really bad matchup for Hawaii to try to win.
Brazil, Richmond, A-Cuff, they got too much talent.
See, I think, I think Arizona, Arkansas is going to be a battle to get to the Elite Eight.
That's right. That will be a amazing game because the Hogs are playing about as good as they have all year long. They just won the SEC title yesterday.
Beat Vandy,
beat Vanderbilt. One of the biggest.
Acuff went bananas in the SEC tournament.
I watched the entire game. I was thrilled and captivated by his ability.
They have three guys that score over 20 a night.
That's right. They got a lot of talent. And one team that has a lot of talent that absolutely got jobbed on the seed line. I'm gonna read you their record and credentials, and you tell me what seed they should be. 28-6 record, ranked 13th in the latest AP poll. Big East regular season champions, Big East tournament champions, beat UConn 2 out of 3 games. And what seed do they end up with?
Well, you're talking about St. John's.
I am. My guy Patino.
Yeah.
And you're going to look right now, and he's got a 5.
They're going into the tournament a little bit lower than people should think.
Oh, it's criminal. UConn's a 2 seed in the same region, and they just beat them in the tournament title and beat them 2 out of 3 times.
Why is that?
I don't know. The committee must love Hurley. I mean, I know he's won back-to-back titles before. They're a great tournament team, but St. John should have been a 4 at the very least. I thought 3 would be maybe where they end up, but instead it's a 5. They're in that 5-12 game, which is always perilous. We all know that. So they're going to be taking on UNI, Northern Iowa, who Utah Tech played on the gridiron, I believe, just 2 years ago. So this will be an interesting game. I mean, I think St. John's is the better team.
They won 2 out of 3, right?
They beat UConn 2 out of 3 times.
They split the regular season, and then they beat them in the conference
tournament championship. Yep.
By 20.
Yeah.
Decisive win.
Housed them. And it is at Madison Square Garden, so it is where they play their home games, I understand, but still, it's still a tournament. And UConn...
Well, I think they played there the first time
they did.
Yep.
Every time they play UConn, it's at Madison Square.
Yeah.
Because they need that big capacity because a lot of UConn fans travel to that game as well.
So the Huskies are 29-5, and they're 28-6.
Beat them twice, and the tournament title, and the regular season title. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Patino should be upset a little bit.
He's upset.
I mean, I can understand it if it was a 3 seed and a 2 seed, or a 3 seed and a 4 seed, but 2 seed and a 5 seed.
Because then they get Kansas or Cal Baptist. Yeah. I mean, that's a bad draw for St. John's. You got to feel like they got kind of jobbed there. So
yeah,
and I'm a Patino guy, so I definitely don't like this.
Why do you love Patino?
I still remember. You remember his guard for Louisville, that Siva, that little guy that he won the national championship with over Michigan. I was watching that game in the basement of my frat house my freshman year, thinking, "Wow, Patino just got Louisville to the national title and won." He's done it at 2 schools now. He is one of the greatest coaches of all time. That night, I said Patino was the greatest coach that I've seen in a long time.
So they throw him in the same bracket as Duke. And
they got the number 1 seed. They got UConn in their bracket, which they could beat again for the 3rd time.
Northern Iowa doesn't scare you, though.
No. It shouldn't scare you. I think it's a 5.5 point number, though, or maybe 6.
They got to go to the West Coast, right? St. John's is going to the West Coast?
They are in the East region, but I'm not sure where their pod starts.
Yeah, well, I thought yeah, that doesn't show this on this bracket. Look,
Doesn't show the pods.
look that up, but I thought they had to go west.
Okay.
Look, the Huskies have beaten some good teams. So I think you got to remember that. They beat, at the time, number 1 Florida. They beat Illinois. They beat Kansas. They handled BYU. They were flirting with the top seed.
Sure.
When the preliminary rankings came out, they had them really high. And they dropped to the 2 line there. They started 22-1, but 7-4 down the stretch. So you're saying lately they don't look like a 2 seed. Early in the year, the committee's thinking 22-1, that's pretty good, and they still get a 2 seed.
Yeah.
But if they're a 2 seed, St. John should be no worse than a 3.
Strongest 2 seed in your opinion? Is it Purdue, Iowa State, Houston, or UConn?
I like Houston.
Houston for Tara.
I think Purdue impressed the heck out of me in the Big Ten tournament. I think I'll lean Purdue over 2 Big 12 teams, which is that's saying a lot for me.
Yeah. Braden Smith, a good player, but I think Purdue just got hot.
Lipsy and Iowa State, I would say, is the second best. Houston does not scare. I'm not scared of Houston this year. I don't.
Yeah, you're talking Idaho to beat them, baby.
Yeah.
The Vandals.
Yeah, they go too long without scoring.
Yeah, they've always had that issue. I picked Houston the last 3 years to win it. They got all the way to the title last year. I was like, all right, finally, 3 years of work putting them in there in that last spot, and then they lose. So this year, no Houston for prediction P in the Final Four. They will not be there. Nope. I'm gonna divert away.
Not even the Final Four.
I don't think so.
Okay. So you think they're gonna beat Florida?
I think they will lose to Houston. Will lose to
Illinois.
Really?
Illinois. Let's see. No, I think they'll lose to. Oh wow, yeah, it'd have to be Illinois. All right, Illinois, go Illini.
Okay.
I got to go against them.
Okay.
The cool thing is if you look at like potential NBA draft picks in March Madness, that East region, you got Cameron Boozer from Duke, you got Darren Peterson from Kansas, you got Mikael Brown from Louisville.
Yeah, freshman.
In the Midwest region, you got LeBaron Philon Jr. out of Alabama, Christian Anderson out of Texas Tech, Nate Ament, Tara's guy from Tennessee.
Yep.
In the South region, you've got Kingston Flemings, Keaton Wagler,
Illinois,
freshman. You love that kid,
I do
Paulie.
like that guy. Yep.
Tyler Tanner from Vandy, Thomas, what's his name? Haw
from Florida. Yeah.
In the West region, you got Braden Burries, Koa Pete from Arizona, Darius Acuff from Arkansas, AJ DeBonza from BYU. There's some loaded guys in the West region.
A lot of freshmen, too, which is really impressive. The freshman class as good as it's probably been in the last 20 years, 15 years, since the Beasley-Durant draft in 2008. So it's a crazy year.
Most likely 12 seed upset is over a 5. The consensus is
I'm going Akron. I'm saying Akron over Texas Tech. I think it's this. I can tell you the smallest number of all 4 of the 12-5s, but
McNeese Vanderbilt is the other one.
That's probably a smaller number.
Northern Iowa and St. John's, and then High Point in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin playing good right now. I would not take High Point. Of all those 12-5s, I still feel Texas Tech has definitely, since losing to BYU at the Marriott Center, having the early exit in the Big 12 title, they got totally boat raced by Iowa State. I think they're leaking oil right now, Texas Tech. I would say Akron is, I'm going to firm up that. Final answer, Alex, Akron.
Akron. Good stuff. Good stuff. Got to take a break. Just a reminder, if you join our private group, $995. That's right, $995 could be yours. We're gonna get that the website. It's there. We just gotta activate it. So we're gonna get that up on the website right after the show. So you'll be able to go to the fansportsnetwork.com and you'll be able to get into our private group and do it through the website. So good stuff. We'll get that up so you can get in it to win it. Just taking a break and back in a flash. It is The Drive. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. What's going on your Monday fun day here inside the Findlay Hyundai Studios? Love our sponsors, including Soda Weight Loss, Prime IV, Zag, Coral Canyon Golf Course, Game Day Men's Health, One Health of St. George. They specialize in taking care of the whole family, no matter what age, from your kids to your grandparents. They can take care of everything. They got a new doctor down there, One Health St. George. We've got some great sponsors bringing you the show each and every day. We've also got our great sponsors that have jumped on with us for the next couple months in our March Madness promotions. Sunrise Tire. Our fan bracket is full. 64 listeners attached to each team. We're going to get that put up on the website. If you forgot your seed, you'll be able to go to our website, see what seed you're getting. We'll have your seed and your team. All that will be up today. Even though we give you the play-in games, you don't have to sweat anything out until Thursday. That is when everything goes live. We will advance your name the further you go through, and the champion's going to win a Traeger grill from Sunrise Tire. Those are $800-900 for a nice Traeger grill.
That's right.
Yep.
Nice prize for our champ. Nets on Fire is kicking in some Jazz basketballs that are signed. A Lowry Marketing jersey. BryceATV.com. Or ATVBryce.com, I should say. I said it backwards. We're getting rentals to go up and cool off this summer. Bryce Canyon. We'll go exploring. We've got Grass Creek Construction. We've got Sand Hollow Resort kicking in some golf rounds for the golfers that are playing. We've also got Zag products from our friends at Zag. Great longtime partner with us here on the Fan Sports Network. Dixie Rec Books, Fabulous Freddy's gas cards and car washes, all kinds of stuff. And just a reminder that shortly this morning, we will have a spot under the contest tab where you can go and get in our private group to win $995 cash for the best bracket. So this is where you fill out the bracket. This is contest number 2 for our listeners. And you'll be able to do that here in about the next half hour, 45 minutes or so. We'll get that back active on the website on a Monday morning, and you'll be able to get in it to win the cash. What would you do with $995, Paulie? If you won $995, you would buy blank.
A
new phone,
a new
yes.
TV, a new TV,
a new TV.
Yeah, a new TV.
Okay.
You commented about my TV last time you were over, buddy. It's got some lighting issues, I think, or something's going on with it. So, need to get a new TV.
Okay.
I've noticed it now. Now that you pointed it out, I was like, I didn't really even think much of it, and then you pointed it out, and I was like, wait a second, yeah, there is something there. So, a new TV would be desirable with $995, and you can get a good one with $995.
There you go. Tara, what would you buy with $995?
Said hockey tickets or Padre tickets.
There
or something.
you go.
I'm going to a game somewhere.
She's getting to a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Pittsburgh, go see Skeens.
There you go. They got a beautiful park.
They do, yeah.
We are back. The brackets are out. I was in California. You guys were in Vegas twice, Salt Lake once for your spring break.
She was in Vegas 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, we were working hard.
Did you stay any nights down there, or did you go back and forth, Tara?
Yeah, no, we got back 2 a.m. both mornings, got up, went up to Utah. Mammoth game Saturday, got up super early Sunday morning and drove back down to Vegas.
Crazy.
So it was a long week.
I
but
told
it
her
was awesome.
she was keeping the roads hot for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's already time for new tires.
I need one of those Toyota cars that the NASCAR guys are driving.
Get there quicker.
Yeah, that's right.
Good luck in all your tournament pools, right?
Yes.
Office pools, March Madness bracket pools this week.
What's your strategy when you get in these pools? Do you try to be the different guy, kind of do stuff? Because remember that one year I was telling her pre-show, I took Marquette to win the national championship one
as
year.
a 3 seed.
Remember that?
Or
They were
6
2 seed.
2 seed.
And, they
got bounced early?
Yeah, Sweet 16 or something. But I was the only one in the entire office and the Fan Sports Network bracket with Marquette. So I was kind of holding out hope that magic happens. But this year, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with a big gun, a team that I think that can win.
There's always bound to be some wild things and upsets, but really there wasn't that many last year.
No.
And
not at all.
I mean, you have Cinderella stories. You're going to have some buzzer beaters, but, I'm going to probably go with my gut. I usually just go with my instant reaction, and I probably take maybe 120 to 240 seconds to fill this thing out and
But
just
you're
go
a
through
multiple bracket guy. You do different champions. I do one bracket, and that's my consensus bracket for every pool I enter.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You're a multiple.
Yeah.
You like to have different champs. You like to have different brackets. I don't love that.
Yeah,
I feel like you should just stick to your guns.
Let's be honest. There's probably 10 to 12 teams that could win the national championship this year.
Okay, so pick the one.
Don't you think?
Pick the one.
I think less than 10, but
Oh, I mean, you have to think all the ones and twos can win it. There's 8 right
Like,
there. And
yeah.
then there's got to be 4 more teams that can get hot or are capable of winning it. That's why I say 12.
That is true. Yeah.
10 to 12. I mean, is it crazy to think that Arkansas, a 4 seed, could get hot in the way they score it?
No.
If they lock down on defense, that's a
Absolutely.
4 seed that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I mean,
St. John's. I keep talking about the Johnnies. They're a 5
They're a
seed.
5 seed.
Make some noise.
Virginia, the way they defend. I mean,
Yes.
they give Duke all they wanted the other day.
Yeah, almost beat them.
Yeah.
We were at the Mammoth game, and I had that on my computer, and I was just like, look at Virginia. They're hanging. Yeah. They had a puncher's chance to win that baby.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you could have 10 to 12 different champions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to have, if I fill out 4 brackets, I'll probably have one team that I like the most, Arizona, winning it in 2 pools, and then I'll probably have, another pool with somebody else and another pool with somebody else. Spread the love.
I like the love spreading.
Multiple chances to win, Prediction P.
Yeah, I know.
You
Cast
put
a wide net.
all your ducks in one basket.
That's right. I feel like it's the way it should be done.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's how I feel like it should be
there
done.
are people that will
Personal
fill out
opinion.
50 of these brackets.
I know.
I'm talking about 4.
I know.
I'm not talking crazy here.
But multiple
I
in
love
any
March
regard.
Madness.
Any more than one is multiple, right?
No, to each their own. Dude, you're boring. One bracket,
I'm going to pick the golden bracket.
and you're not going to win in any of your pools with
We'll
the same
see.
bracket.
I'm going to go higher than you in the office bracket. I guarantee.
and you haven't. You've
Oh,
said
wow.
that for years, and you
Yeah, I
always
was gonna
finish
say.
below me every year.
I don't know. I don't even know if that's factual of last year.
100% factual.
Because you had that horrible start, and I was just cleaning up the first and second rounds. Then you rebounded in the later rounds.
Yeah, and
but
you had nobody of your final 4, and I had 3 or 4
I had
legs.
Houston in the championship game, so
Yeah.
I had 1. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I had 1 of 4.
And how'd that work for you?
They lost.
Did
to
you
Duke.
win any
Or
money
they
in
lost
your
to
bracket?
Florida?
No.
I did not.
No. You've already said you've already going to take Florida to win it 2 weeks ago. Now you're
Yeah.
changing your tune?
No, I'm probably sticking with Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, I am.
Going back to back?
Yeah, back to back, like 06, 07. They're done before by the same team.
They didn't look good on Sunday.
No.
Or Saturday.
Yeah, they didn't look good against Vandy, but I've always said some more rest time. Winning a conference championship when you're already a 1 seed, who cares? They are the best team on the court. I like their 5, so I'm going to go with Florida. You're going Arizona.
Yeah. I'm going Arizona.
You're going Zona.
Oh, you're going Zona too?
Wow,
I am too, yeah.
Look at that. No fun in this studio.
Well,
You guys are on the
I
same
think
one.
Houston can beat Florida.
What is the difference between Florida and Arizona?
You're both taking Arizona. That's no fun.
That's why I'm going to do 4 brackets. To
That's no
my
fun
point
either.
exactly.
Yeah, that's no fun
Yes,
either.
it is.
It's fun for you, but then you can say, oh, in this bracket, I had this team, and in that bracket, I had this team.
No.
I have 1. I say, okay, in my
You
bracket.
make it sound like you're so superior. You have 1 bracket. We will have 1 bracket that we talk about on the show.
Yes.
I will
Our
give you
brackets
that.
pay
That
for
is what
one.
we always do.
All right.
And it's usually the one that we put in with our listeners, the fans.
Yes.
So if you're going to fill out a paper bracket, you better make sure that you keep
it's gonna
track
be
of it
transcribed
so you can
right to it.
transcribe it.
Yeah.
Because I doubt that's going to happen. Forgetful Paulie.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I keep
Remember,
track of
I've
them.
always maintained that I'm very, very present-minded, and I remember stuff related to sports. Other realms of life, not as much. But sports,
We know where your priorities are.
I remember that TCU Utah State game you were talking about earlier. I remembered that.
Yeah.
So, it's just like little memories, but real life stuff, I forget a lot. You're right.
I'm still stuck on this Miami of Ohio.
Yes.
And they got to be playing with a little chip that they've got out of the MAC.
Yeah, the MAC. The proud representative with Akron.
Yeah.
They got to play a first 4 game against SMU. I didn't think SMU would get in. They struggled down the stretch. I think they lost like 4 or 5 in a row.
They got
5 out of the last 6 or something.
I watched the UNC SMU game, which SMU won that game with Wilson in the lineup. Boopy Miller. His name is Boopy.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Yeah.
Boopy is quite
Watching
the
this
player.
game.
So,
Could you imagine the outrage from Miami of Ohio fans if they were 31-1 in the regular season and they got left out?
Oh, it'd be
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty loud majority.
They don't
It'd be
play
horrible.
anybody.
Not just Miami, Ohio fans. It'd be other fans around the country.
They don't play anybody.
Yeah, well, you can say that about a lot of teams.
The Mid-American Conference, they play Ohio University, their rival. They play, Bowling Green. They play Akron. They play UMass. They don't play anybody. There was a time when UMass was a good basketball school. I think it was when, wasn't Marcus Camby UMass
Yeah, John
product?
Cal was there. Cal
I mean,
Perry.
Akron's a team. Come on.
They're a team.
Don't
They're a
don't
team.
say that they're horrible or like a nobody. It's not.
Okay, well, for what it's worth, for the sake of this conversation, Miami of Ohio is an 8.5-point underdog against SMU.
Yes.
And they are a 1,500 to 1 long shot to win it all. According
so don't make
you're
it 15.
31
it's 15
and 1
to 1, not 1,500 to 1.
No. They're 1,500 to 1 to win it all.
Minus 1,500.
1,500 to 1 long shot to win it all. Did I stutter?
He didn't stutter.
Are you going to?
I know.
I just couldn't believe
Look
that.
it up.
I can't believe that.
What do you mean? They don't play
You
anybody.
made him repeat it like 4 times.
Jeez.
I just wanted clarity on the issue.
Well, I guess
okay.
all the stories and all the DraftKings odds must have screwed it up. We better check Paulie's book.
Yeah.
Paulie's sports book.
Yes.
Where winners win and losers wins too.
I wish that was the case.
Every bet paid out whether you win or lose. Paulie's sports book.
I'd be out of business
That's quite a marketing angle.
Right? Yeah.
Good luck filling out your brackets. We'll talk more about bracketology tomorrow. Lots more on the drive on a Tuesday. Check the website to get in our private group. We'll see ya!